All right. Hi, love leaders. It's Dr. Shannon Live coming back in to field your questions. And so today, I think you're going to really relate to this. Here's the question that came in for me to answer that every one of you can benefit from. Here it is. What are some good open ended ways to make sure that the conversation moves from just transactional to meaningful in your conversations with each other? And I think this is such a great point because a lot of couples will do their check ins at night or maybe first thing in the morning over coffee. Probably not that if you are in your very busy child rearing stage. Mornings are chaos, right? But maybe at night, I'm hoping that before everyone gets back on kind of maybe their wrapping up the end of the night task list or having to finish up a little bit more work or going to separate kinds of areas to kind of do their veg. I'm hoping that each one of you are doing at least a debrief and checking in with one another, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, if you have the luxury of 30, all more better. But is it the quality of those check ins exactly moving it from just business affair? Hey, how's your day? Yeah, I saw this person. I went to this place. I did this. I made that phone call. Oh, are you going to get to that tomorrow? Can you do this? Calendar kind of troubleshoot, planning out, you know, the business affairs of what does have to take place. But it rob us from really going in and moving it to a meaningful conversation where we're actually sharing life with one another, sharing ourselves with one another, not just what we did, but our internal thoughts and experiences of that day. And so there's two levels of those kinds of communications. There is information gathering and giving, and then there is sharing and experiencing, right? So the question is, how do we do that? And I love this question because it really is an intentionality that we want to take it to that next level. We want to know more about what's going on in our partner's head and heart than just the checklist of what happened in those 8 to 10 hours that we were not with each other. What did you do? Who did you see? Where did you go? Right? So it really is how we intentionally show up with curiosity. Yeah, we can start with an exchange of our day, but then take it to that next level with a curious question. And remember, curious questions, um, one, open up um, to understand better rather than to necessarily be understood. So we're listening with intent to get more. And so the open-ended questions, instead of a did you or will you or can you or what did you, really is then, and I hate to sound cliche because this is a counselor coming at you, but oh, well, what was that like? See, that's an open-ended question. Or how did you feel about that? Was that a good moment or was that a disappointment? So you're transitioning the outward expression of details and giving of information to an internal what were your thoughts and feelings about it question where you are wanting to know more. And so you're making observations, or you're prompting more information of understanding with, hey, I'm here, I'm interested, right? And that's a big deal. How we show up in those moments, that we are communicating an honest, open interest in that experience. Or you might, instead of just saying, how was your day? You might really start it off the bat with, what was the best part of your day? Or what was the most challenging part of your day? Or what was your experience of that? And then even moving into maybe affirmations. Oh, wow, I celebrate that with you. Or, wow, that must have sucked, right? So that we are joining in into the experience with our partners rather than just allowing them to share. And this can move your relationship from that of just co-parents, co-household managers, business partners of life to, I want to share in your life, even in times when you go and do your thing and I'm doing my thing and we are separated. I want to know and live that experience with you because it matters to me. Moments, because research says that when we can get it to a more meaningful, purposeful, emotional, mental, vulnerable share, that relationship satisfaction goes up, that we feel that we have someone on our side, that we have someone that cares and is sharing the stress load of this life that we live, which makes our stressors go down. It makes our ability to be resilient in them higher, and it deepens the intimate knowing of the relationship. So, curious questions, um, intent to want to know and be um, observant, that it really is something that's of important to us to know. And then, to move it from just those close ended yes or no, did you, will you questions to more, what was that like experiences in the moment. I'm hoping you're doing your check ins. I'm hoping that you're intentional with how you show up. And I'm hoping that you linger long enough to get more of the head and heart in the conversation than just the transaction information exchange. All right, love leaders, that's your tip of the day. That's the question that came in, answering your questions. You too can send in your questions, and maybe I will field one of those in my live shows each week. I love your feedback. I love your interest in wanting to know more so that you too can go and love well. This is Dr. Shannon with your live show this week. We'll see you next week.